Afternoon, folks. Wednesday the 10th here, and let's just say have a wee bit of a reflection on things that have been happening involving like the mainstream media. Stephen Nolan this morning in particular, what events have been going on and how the media have been portraying them. Well, let's start with the event at Stormont that I hosted. It's being addressed as an anti-immigration protest. Well, is there any evidence to suggest that it was anti-immigration? Because I am not anti-immigration. Never have been, but I am anti-armies being planted in our hotels and around our communities. That's what I'm anti against, these unknown, unvetted, undocumented, fading age, dangerous males being planted in our areas. That's what I stand against. Now, the media, it says about on Saturday, talking about how some of my supporters had aggressively went at the mainstream media photographers, but they also failed to mention that one of those mainstream media photographers was caught on camera standing urinating in a tree in Stormont grounds. So there's camera evidence of this man urinating in the grounds of Stormont in a tree. Well, let's see, are the police going to go after those journalists? That's an interesting one to look at. Now, as regards to the protests that have happened at McDonald's in the 2 nights in a row, and when they address the issue of the car, there is a video that has been circulating all over the mainstream media, a clip that only shows, let's say, some concerned people in that area, that car park, where a car looked as if it was being attacked. Now, what I ask and maybe request to anyone who was filming that, could we maybe get some footage, CCTV footage of when that car drove into the car park, how it approached that car space and what ensued during that whole process? You know, because it's not like the car just drove down into the car park and these people started attacking the car right away now, is it? I think that would maybe play more into the hands of the claims being made that it's a racially motivated attack. And plus, why are 3 fading age males driving about in a car doing deliveries? Not just a one-man job. How can the 3 of them be getting paid? And let's address the car. The Mercedes that was parked in the car park had no MOT or tax. So what had happened was the people had staged the protest around that car to stop it moving because of no MOT for, I think it was up to 4 years, maybe longer, that car was not able or fit to be on the road. Okay. Now, the second car involved in that incident, what they done actually with that first one is they staged the protest around that car. They actually waited for the police and notified the police that it had no MOT and no tax. And the police, they just left it. Whereas if it was your and my car, our cars would be getting clamped, put on the back of a truck and seized. That's how it works with us, the people. But these people seem to be able to drive about, no MOT or tax. But anyway, back to addressing the issue of the second car. These people were in this car. The video clip that is being put out there doesn't show this car entering into the car park. And like I said, the first car these people staged to protest around that car that had no MOT or tax. Now, this second car that approached them was involved in this incident that is being, you know, blasted all over social media as a far-right racist thuggish attack. But what I have been told in the background is that people very quickly checked the registration of that car, and it also was not MOT'd or taxed. So once again, these people want to stage a protest around this car because these people are, if the car's not MOT'd or taxed, then it is conveying business for profit without the proper regulations in place. Deliveroo have regulations in place for all their employees that their cars to be up to date, their licenses up to scratch, and that is their policy. But these people get to do what they want, it seems. Now, addressing the Stephen Nolan show this morning, one thing I just want to let you think about and ponder on, folks. You know, this whole thing I talk about with the left brain and the right brain, this media manipulation of events and how they're going. I've always said the term, if you repeat a lie often enough, it becomes the truth. So when you have this, let's say, man, Stephen Nolan, sitting and he keeps repeating the same thing, and you heard one of the reporters saying, he keeps saying this, yes, he keep calling that word out. It's a buzzword because the more he repeats it, the more the rest of the people in this country start to actually believe that there are thugs and racists running about this country. So let's address it, Stephen. It is because of shows like yours, not addressing the current concerned residents of your own kind, and more so pushing out that our people are racist because they don't like the idea that these unlicensed no car checks, are able to drive about, do deliveries to our cars. And let's think about it this way. If these cars are not registered, and these people want to drive about our streets, if they lift a child off our streets, if the registration is took of that car, it means nothing because the car's not registered to them. Maybe that's why they're not MOT'd. So they can run about, prowl our streets, try to kidnap our children and get away with it. So that is the main concern that I've been telling everyone, is why these cars are not MOT'd in that tax den. The person driving them is most often not likely the registered keeper of that car, and they will run about and they will do what they want. Listen folks, let's not be no strangers to the fact that these people in their own countries, they look at our women as muck slaves. That's how they see them. They watch a porn movie, they think that's how white women behave. The scenarios that are played out in those movies, these people are coming here believing that that's what women are like, and that is part and parcel of the way they're approaching women, because they think it's one big scenario where you can just walk up to a woman and say blah 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 and boom, clothes off, in the bed, and that's how it works. That's not who we are, people, and we need to send this message strong and clear. We are not racists. We just want everything policed fairly, equally and transparently, and we are not going to stand for being discriminated against by no BBC pundit. I mean, we all know what the BBC done. Jimmy Savile, Hugh Edwards, you know, let's be no strangers to what that company has harboured for decades under their banner.